guys, how are you? I've been meaning to make an update for a few weeks now. I noticed with my other pregnancies, I had never making an update before I was almost out of the first trimester. I think the soonest I had done one was 9 weeks with my first pregnancy. And so I was kind of sad because I didn't have anything to refer to my last pregnancies. So I wanted to start one around 7 weeks when I got my first ultrasound, which I have a picture right here, and the baby was super duper tiny. She didn't even really zoom into it at all, but the baby was so tiny. That's the sac right there, and there's the baby. And she said that my due date did change from, I thought I was almost 7 weeks, but when we went in I was actually 6 weeks and 3 days or something like that, and the due date is before Christmas, so December 24th is the estimated due date. So I tried to tell her I will try my best not to have the baby on Christmas, and she said, well, it happens all the time, so if you do, you do. That's more than okay. But I did want to film this video, but right after I got done filming my ovulation video, and then how we found out that we were pregnant so early on video, I got hit with the worst pregnancy symptoms I have ever experienced, which, if you know, usually they say if you have a girl, you know, you're very sick. I was very sick with my last two girls, but I have never been this sick before. So I apologize for my appearance right now. I was going to like get ready, and I always try to at least do my makeup just a little bit, but honestly, I'm not going to get this video done if I wait until I feel good enough to get ready. And so this is just super real. This is just me and how I've been the last 3 weeks or so. 5, 6, 7, or 8, almost 8 now. We're 8.5, I think, right now. So I have just been super real right now. So anyways, right after I got done doing the update, so around 6 weeks, the nausea hit very strong. I would throw up every single morning, every single afternoon, and every single night. It was not just morning sickness like they say, it was all day sickness. And I honestly just, after having 2 girls, after being pregnant, I was used to it. So I was like, this is just how I am in my pregnancy. The HCG hormone just messes me up really bad, and I just throw up. And so it was kind of just something to be expected. Everything with my last pregnancies, though, has not been the same this pregnancy. So things that would work for me before were not working for me this time. Like, I was not craving anything sweet, anything healthy. I used to be able to do fruit, like smoothies and all that stuff. No, like this pregnancy, anti-sweet everything. So like, my husband got me chocolate strawberries for Mother's Day. I ate those and immediately got like deathly ill. I had a family friend bring over just like an old wives' tale kind of, if you eat watermelon with yogurt, that's supposed to really help. If you crush it up and put it in there, it's supposed to be like this miracle cure. Did not work for me. Watermelon did not work for me. So like anything fruity, anything like that, baby just does not like it. My appetite is extremely low, so there is barely any foods that I can even stomach. Thinking about food and just talking about it right now is making me nauseous, so I'm probably not going to go into it very much because I can't even look at my Facebook feed and see food ads without getting sick. That's how bad it's gotten. So I was doing a few things to try to combat it, and like I said, a friend brought over some stuff like the doTERRA, Digest Zen, like dilute it and put it on your neck. I have always loved pregnancy pops, but I went ahead and bought the plus ones because I thought, oh, well, that's going to be so much better, and it has the B6 in it, which people told me to start taking, which was B6. None of this was helping. Like, I mean, maybe suppressing it while it was in my mouth, but as soon as it wasn't, or even before it ended, it was just like back to super nausea, which is why I like have a full tin still. So I went through a full one of the regular ones, but out of these ones, I don't know if it's just these ones, they don't work for me like the other ones do. So that was kind of disappointing. I had a mom, a very sweet mom, on a mommy group suggest getting the C-Band's anti-nausea gum. This stuff is so gingery, I can't even. Like, it's so spicy as soon as you're chewing on it, and so ginger packed, which I'm not a ginger fan, that I like died. I can do ginger ale, but I cannot do this gum. Like, I'm not a baby with things, but oh my goodness, if you are okay with ginger, you'll be fine. But like, holy Hannah. She got me C-bands, which I do C-bands sometimes, but I find myself getting lightheaded with them. I don't know why, if it's just like an acupuncture thing because my blood supply or like an anemia thing, I don't know. But I can only wear them for so long, but they do help a little bit. And then the other thing being, this water bottle has been my best friend ever. Simply just because it's cold, like any water bottle will do, but if you are nauseous, get Pedialyte, water, ice, and you'll be good. You'll be okay. Like, you'll survive. Just sip on this and you'll be okay. So that's been my like ultimate best friend lately, is that, and then ginger ale and Pringle chips for some reason do good for me, but crackers, stuff like that, nothing does good. No food sounds good. There's no food cravings going on in this house from me. And the only other product I have to share with you guys is I have started bio oil, not just for preventing stretch marks, but because I already have some and I'm trying to get rid of those before I get some new ones with this baby. So those are it for products that I've been doing. And then the last thing I wanted to update you guys about was that I'm going to put it in the title, how I survived the stomach flu with pregnancy. So hopefully this isn't a long story. I'll try to keep it very short as I possibly can. I had already lost 3 pounds from just throwing up every day and just being sick. Hopefully I don't get sick just talking about this. But my daughters both got the stomach flu. One got it, and she didn't get it severely. She was just going to the restroom a lot and told me her stomach hurted and wanted to go to bed, and she's 3 years old, and so she just was like, I'm not having it, I just want to sleep. She was okay. So she got it over it very quickly, I think like within the day, and she didn't throw up at all. She just had like a stomach bug. The next day, my daughter woke up covered in puke. Every single time we'd put her down for a nap, she would be covered in puke for some reason. I don't know if it's just because she was feeling warm. We stopped putting her sleep sack on her. She also chewed through her binky, so we got rid of her binkies. So she was like anti-binky, anti-sleep sack, like little toddler, little 2-year-old trying to adjust to those things on top of having the stomach flu. So she got very sick, and so I was like, oh no. I woke up, this was a few days back now, so I'm about 3 days recovered from the stomach flu now, maybe 2, but my daughter had gotten it, and so I was like, oh no, and I couldn't even like clean up her puke because I'm sitting there sick, right? And so my husband helped out a lot as much as he could. He couldn't take off work, but when he got home, you know, he would help out. Well, then I caught the stomach flu. He still wasn't able to take off work, so it was purely survival mode. Like, if you are really, really sick, whether it's the stomach flu or there's a condition that you can be prescribed, or condition you can be, what is the word? Pregnancy brain. It's a condition you can get with pregnancy that basically you just throw up like all the time, constantly. Having that stomach flu with 2 toddlers that were not feeling good was just absolute hell. Like, I'm going to be completely real to you. Like, it caused such bad pregnancy depression because I was so sick. Like, it was to the point where like I could not spend more than 3 seconds away from the toilet before I had to throw up. I couldn't take a drink of water before I had to throw up, which, if you guys are dealing with nausea, the one thing I can recommend to you is chugging water before throwing up, because then at least you have something like to coat the stomach acid or to coat the food coming out, as gross as that is, I know, but like seriously, that helps so much. I couldn't even do that. So I just was sitting on a chair in front of the toilet just throwing up. My daughters would come in and be like, Mommy, are you okay? And I started getting really bad mommy guilt, because I'm like, not only I homeschool my kids, not only can I like not homeschool my kids, but I can't even make sure that they're okay in the other room because I can't get off the toilet. So it was something that I was really, really struggling with. I was trying to keep a hold of my weight and try to measure myself. I now, after recovering from it, I am 8, almost 9 pounds down from what I started, which was already pretty small. So I was just losing weight at a very rapid rate and getting very, 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 very sick. So thankfully I did have a friend come over. She's the one that brought the Pedialyte and everything, and that really helped me. The only thing that I really could do was I laid in bed with the kids until my husband got home. That's like it. Like, I mean, that is like it. We put on Paw Patrol, which they've never seen before, and we finished 4 seasons because it was literally like I can't move. I was convulsively shaking. I was sick. I wanted to go to the ER, but I was very, 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 very sick. So we just kind of did Paw Patrol and like snacks and stuff in bed. I couldn't cook them any meals because the smell of the food, the smell of my house because I couldn't clean it, the smell of everything was just setting me off, and it was just not a good time. So the only thing I can say is if you get the stomach flu or you're very sick when you are pregnant, the only thing I can say is do not beat yourself up and just do the best you can to survive, because that was where I went wrong. I felt guilty because I wasn't doing enough for my children. I felt like, why did you decide to get pregnant again and have them so close? Like, you know, your pregnancies are hard. Obviously you can't handle this. You can't do this. Like, I just kept beating myself up, and that's the worst thing you can do to yourself as a mom, especially when you are literally trying your best. Never beat yourself up. I would say stay hydrated. Do not eat food if you cannot eat food. So I made the mistake of being like, I need to feed the baby. So I would try to just eat something, and immediately that would cause me to throw up. That was a mistake. If you have the stomach flu, don't try to eat something if your body's not wanting to. Just sip, sip, sip. Pedialyte, water, and ice. Like, just do that. That's all I did for 2 days straight was Pedialyte, water, and ice. And that was okay because at least I kept it down. When I tried to do food, I couldn't even keep it down. So I feel like that's where I really went wrong, was just trying to force myself to eat to make sure the baby was okay. I did get a hold of my doctor finally, day 2 of my, or I got a hold of her day 1 of my stomach flu, and I didn't get a hold of her like when the nausea was getting bad, but as soon as I knew it was a stomach flu, I did get a hold of her, and she prescribed me Zofran, which has mixed reviews because it can cause a more likelihood of having heart defect and cleft plate. And so that's why I kind of opted out on taking it ever. But I have a friend that's taken the 4 milligram version of it. I was prescribed 8 milligrams, and when you're that sick and you can't keep anything down and you're at risk of being admitted in the hospital, I think that's when it's like, okay, you need to like put your fears aside and just, you know, like I said, survive. So I ended up cutting the 8 milligrams in half. That's what I decided on. And then I would only take it if I absolutely needed it. So I only took it twice on the day that the flu was the worst. And then, once the day after, and then once yesterday, and then that was it. And now I haven't been on it. And I have been nauseous here and there throughout the day, but it's nothing like it was before. Like, I will survive compared to what it was before. So I think that's all my pregnancy updates I have for you. The only, I guess, quick symptoms besides all the normal stuff is just nausea, bloating, headaches. That could be from the Zofran as well, though. Major headaches, severe back and pelvis pain because I already have back issues. That started, I felt growing pains. I look pregnant, but I know it's just probably like bloating and stuff like that. It goes and comes. Like right now I don't even have any bump at all, so I'm not even gonna bother showing you guys. But I will do a bump thing in the next update that I do for you guys. Weight loss instead of weight gain, and absolutely no appetite. So those are pretty much, and mild constipation, but I take Colace whenever I can like tell it's kicking in, and that like helps a mother out. So you can't take it consistently, but if you like need it, then take it, trust me. So that's about it, guys. On that note, I am going to end this video because it's probably already outrageously long, so I apologize. The next one will be much shorter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys have a great day. I will see you in my next update.